Hey,
I feel the buttons.
okay, we are live. I'm not even going to say good evening, YouTuber land. I feel I don't feel it today, but I will say hello, What Life? Hello, Lake Fairy, Autumn, Grace, uh, Chef Kicker.
Have fun.
I'm a TJ Katz. Hello, lady.
Everything.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's in the air, not on the ground. So, I want to welcome everybody this afternoon, late this afternoon, which turned out to be a gorgeous day. Sun shining, about low to mid 80s here. You know, I mean, didn't even break out into a sweat. Then again, I didn't go outside either, except for to pay bills. So, Ship Kicker's husband's birthday is today, or boyfriend. Now, I'll probably get told over that one, be corrected real quick. And me and Bushcraft were sitting there talking. There is, what was it, 3 tropical storms coming our way to the East Coast.
2 hurricanes and a tropical storm, and they're going to hit.
Hello, Sassy Cat.
And this is they'll probably end up hitting, and this is outside of New York or Maine is where they'll hit.
Oh, damn.
If they do, you know, weather, it can change on a dime.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But the one that just went through Florida and Georgia and South Carolina and them, that one's out to sea right now, and it's if they all 3 of those collide, that's going to be a doozy. And that's the same area that movie's from, that Perfect Storm.
Hello, Miss Susie D. Well, I mean, you think about it, and I hate to say it, we're kind of due hurricanes because we've not had no hurricanes here on the East Coast in 7, 8, 9 years, really.
Wasn't there one last year?
Not a bad one.
Well, it depends who you asked for, because
now,
Harvest Mary Moon, her place got flooded.
But what cat was it? I mean, wasn't that when it finally hit? Wasn't it a category 2 or 1?
Well, it did a doozy to Florida and came up and crossed over Florida, and then went up the coast side.
Oh, so there's available property in Florida now.
there usually is. I was looking at property there at one time. There was a place that got flooded. You can see it up on the drywall. It was, and they had their house up, or they had the house up somewhat. It was probably a good 4 feet up already, and it was probably 3 feet inside the house. So
damn,
at that time it got flooded pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good. Now when we was down there Monday and Tuesday, the house that we was in, it was up off the ground a good 8 to 10 feet. But the whole time we was there, I mean, the wind blows, the house shook. You know, and which
that's not good.
feel the house moving.
Yeah, you really could. And I figure
Rocking.
if it's up on stilts, it's supposed to do that. They allow that, allow a little play. But then again, you got a hurricane coming in. You've got boats being launched everywhere. It hits those pylons or whatever. And they are, what the house is sitting on is 8x8s, like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I figure it'd be bigger than that. They usually use the telephone poles.
No, not this one. If they, come think about it, on the way to there, all the ones I saw, every one of them was on something like 8x8s or 12x12s, but not no poles.
Maybe that's an insurance thing
It's possible.
because, well, the coast area, and this has been a long time since I've been down there, so it's could have done changed because that's what everybody went and got them recycled, big fat telephone poles that were soaked in that stuff, so they don't get ate up or anything.
Well, now seeing as how it's right there on the coast. Now I don't know, but ain't it by law that them pylons has to be so far into the sand?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm thinking. Well, see that, and that's the difference. I don't know about the coast, but I remember bits and pieces about the Gulf area. And those were like at least 10 feet deep.
Well, now I was because they got to go through the sand to hit hard ground, and then they got to go so far into the hard ground. Am I correct with that?
Yeah.
And it being right there on the coast with all the floods coming in, there's what estimated guess 10 feet of sand.
Oh, probably more than that.
Yeah. You need some WD-40 on that microphone.
Yeah. It's them cheap arms that they get squeaky real easy.
I told Chef Kicker she needed some WD-40 on her door with the hinges. She said, that's her alarm system.
Yeah. You never put it on the screen door.
No, this wasn't the screen door.
Oh.
This was the main door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, main door you probably would, but screen door, that's supposed to be noisy.
Well, I kind of figured the main door would be noisy, And she said, I think her steps going downstairs, every step squeaks. So they ain't no sneaking up on her at all. But before we get rolling today, I'm going to do a shout out. I'm going to do kind of like a double shout out into one. I want to thank and praise all nurses in the room, on the internet, in person, period. I mean, them nurses, they go through a hell of a lot. They dealing with patients and so forth. And, when a nurse loses a patient, they take it hard because they get close to it.
Yeah.
And now, really, I can understand why a lot of nurses are hard case, because they don't want to get close to the patients because they're afraid that they're going to lose them and, like that before they get out.
Yeah,
And
everybody complained at the. They still complain about the nurses being horrible over at the hospital. I had, I must have had the only good nurses that's ever worked there because um, they actually protected me from the doctor because the doctor was horrible. I
yeah,
told stories about how bad this doctor was, um, and they wouldn't let they the doctor, she would um, prescribe something and they said no. We and they come and told me to say you want a second opinion. They're not allowed to do that.
oh,
Yeah, and then they said it's to protect you because we don't trust this doctor, and we can't do nothing about it.
for
Um,
a nurse to say something like that.
yeah,
Oh,
I know.
and they had volunteer. One of the nurses was National Guard, and she was because every hospital at I don't know if it's still like that, but every hospital had a few National Guard come in because they were so light staffed for nurses,
right.
and she was she was real nice too. I mean,
Every
they'd
now,
come over and sit down and start talking and how's your family, and we talk about uh, one of their dogs and all kinds of stuff
yeah.
because I was stuck there. I was in I was kind of like in limbo. I should have been out of there a long time ago, but I ended up getting admitted.
Mm. Well, now my eyes got opened up to what nurses truly do back
Oh
in
yeah.
80. And then I ended up being in the hospital. I went to what was it? ICU,
I see
ICCU,
you.
one of them. And I got a habit when I'm sitting in bed or sitting up. I said Indian style. Hell, even at 62, I said Indian style. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
And I had a black nurse come in there. And I mean, imagine she was off the hook. She really was. And I was sitting like that as she was taking my temperature and everything. She said, "Don't you have any legs?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Where are they at?" I said, "Up underneath my butt." And she said, "Would you please straighten them out? They kind of irritate me a little bit." And I said, "But I'm comfortable." She said, "After I leave, I don't care what you do." But, I mean, like, you may have one that's going to be a hard case, but I understand that too.
Oh,
But
well,
like I
at some point,
yeah,
and it's just like everything else because there are some nurses that aren't there, and they have that where they I forget what they call it, but where they have to save you.
right.
I forget what it's called.
Somebody
Uh,
in chat knows.
oh yeah, because you see that every once in a while that um, there's one of those nurses or a doctor or orderly or something like that.
Well, with what my wife had, she had a relapse back in 85,
95.
95, excuse me. And she was up there. This was her second go round. And to date, from back then to date, she is the only one has survived out of all three floors.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I want to also thank all of our service people, men and women, you know,
Mhm.
for doing a job to help keep us free. You know, I feel for y'all because I know there are some who is since they got back is having problems like that. But still, you know, I like to thank each one of y'all also. And third of all, I want to thank chat. I want to thank the moderators and everybody in chat today. And I hope each and every one of y'all has had a great day today. And it was sunny here. I hope it was like that where y'all at. So now that's over with. 15 minutes past yet.
No, not yet.
Darn it.
Yeah, I got some grass cut today. It was actually a bit higher
You
than I
thought,
like it for with electric mower. So, and usually you got about 15 minutes before that battery heats up and then it shuts down. So I got the back done though. That's the main thing. And
well,
the Healy parts too. So tomorrow all I got to do is knock out the sides and the front and be done with it for a few more days.
well, the bad thing about it is we got paid today and we broke, so therefore we're gonna have to wait to next month before we can mow our yard, or should I say, bush hog it. So, but, you know, I can understand now why a lot of people is giving up food so they can have lights, or
Oh yeah.
giving up their lights and the food so they can have rent. You know, it ain't something that people like us want. It's what it has been pushed on us. And they should have a cap on rent, lights, you know, your necessities. There ought to be a cap on that. But it seems like what every 3 days, I mean, it skyrockets.
Well, they have it set. Um, well, it's supposed to be like you're supposed. Each place is supposed to have three different options for like your utilities. Um, that's why, like, remember when all the stuff went on with Microsoft saying they were a monopoly on this because and the government got involved, and it's the same thing with uh, cable
Hello,
TV.
Emma.
They had that issue with the cable TV, so that they passed. I don't know what it's called, but they have to have three options in an area, and if you don't have that, then you can't raise the price by a certain percentage or something like that.
Boss man, we
And
don't have
and I don't think that's been nobody's regulated that for a good while.
no, the only thing I see that has been regulated is gas. You know, it'll get so caught picking high, then they'll put a cap on it.
Yeah.
And then about what a month or so, that cap comes off and it damn near doubles when the cap comes off. You know, I mean, let's face it, we we have done lost before we even get started. Good. No matter what we say or what we do is like, I know what I want to say, but I can't say it. It's like people like us don't matter,
Oh no,
you know.
we matter to pay taxes, and that's it.
And
Anything
we got no choice.
left over, it's okay. It's just them. But I had something. I opened the door today, and a flyer fell out from the door, and I picked it up, and it was a church. They were giving bags of groceries away, and they had free hot dogs and everything. And I'm like, oh, this might be something to go check out. It was for yesterday. I'm like, why are you giving me this a day afterwards? It made no sense. And it's not that I wasn't outside, yesterday and would have found it, but because we went in and out from the door and never seen it. And then it was just here this morning. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
See, that was their way of getting rid of trash. Hello, prepping. I got one question for you, and you know what that is. How'd you like an old woman driving? I remember a few years ago, I think it's in England, there was an elderly man and woman driving down the road, and the woman sitting in the passenger seat, driver's side. She looks in the back seat and pulls out a steering wheel. And she's sitting there acting like she's driving, and her husband passes a car. And she looks over there at the other driver and then takes the steering wheel and acts like she runs into him. And the guy runs off the road. But I'm gonna let you get it started tonight, because this is gonna be kind of, let's say, like part 2 from last night, or part 3 from 101's, then Bushcraft's, then mine. I'll pull up the tail. That ain't no problem.
You'll pull up the tail?
Yeah. And leave it alone at that. Don't go no further.
Be careful pulling that tail. It might pull up too high and won't like what comes out.
Yeah, really. Just don't be standing in firing line.
Well, I did get something interesting from my power company today. They told me that to expect down grid is what they called it. Down grid, meaning the grid goes down, which is usually they say, blackouts or power outages or skips in your service and stuff like that. I've never heard them talk about the grid going down, which was very interesting.
Hardy har prepping. Well, I sent Lake 2 articles today on the practically the same thing, I believe it was, and it was talking about grid going down. And I just can't pull up nothing. I don't know how to pull it up. So I figured give it to somebody who can do it justice a lot better than I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And there's a couple of websites you don't have that I cannot send you, like that. 101, you're not the only one in your area. I think it's like that all the way to the East Coast. Because even Lake Ferry was having some weird problems with her power today.
And all them fish tanks. She's
Is that what it was?
she's crashing the grid. Yeah.
You know what? I bet you if they had a 20-acre pond and she turns all of her fish loose, it'd be jumping out. It'd be overcrowded.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen the blackout ones, but I've never seen the power company talk about the grid going down. And what they were talking about is the northeast grid, because there's three grids and then there's Texas. Texas has its own their own thing there down there.
yeah, they found that out a few years ago during the ice storm, I believe it was.
Oh yeah. And then they said that, and they keep every really bad storm. They keep saying, "Well, we need to upgrade the power grid," and they never do. And then it happens again, and they, well, we got to upgrade this grid.
Mm. Now, Prepping just said it's like I turn on the light and the other lights would dim down. Damn it. Would dim down and they are not even connected on the same circuit.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit strange.
101, do you have a blue roof by chance? I'd go buy some paint.
Um, I can't remember if he says he got breakers or the old fashioned things, the little screw in things.
Fuses.
Yeah.
I think he's got breakers.
Yeah, I would turn everything on that you could and go in there and safely touch, see if there's any breakers that are warmer than the other ones.
You noticed
Unless you have a meter to where you can test them.
Now I will admit 101's smart, but does he know how to use a meter? So you put the ground up underneath your arm pit, and then you touch them.
Yeah, right.
You know what? I'm gonna catch hell when he goes live.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. It won't be the first time.
Well, a tester is different than a meter. A multimeter,
Yeah,
because you can check the voltage and all that technical stuff. Actually, have that sitting over there.
Hey, Lake says pour salt on the grease fire. I always pour gas on mine. Now, hold on. I can't say that. What I just said, disregard that.
Yeah,
But
and the same. They tell you to throw flour on a grease fire. Have you ever seen flour catch fire in the midair? Because it's so light, it'll ignite and go. Yeah, salt is always the thing to go with, or sugar. But I would rather use salt because sugar will
costs too much.
Well, no, it's harder to clean up because it'll actually melt.
You damn right it will. And sticky, good God.
Yeah. But if that's the only thing you had, but everybody should have um,
Fire extinguisher.
a fire extinguisher for grease in a kitchen because majority of the time that's what's going to cause it.
Yeah. But wouldn't that be a ABC fire extinguisher?
Uh,
I can't
I
remember.
can't remember it. I have to go out and look, and I probably should go and see what how when mine expired because it's been a while. But I know I have big containers of salt
Camo
next
said
there.
anything powdered is usually flammable, like coffee creamer.
Oh yeah.
Boy,
Well,
mine.
that's why a lot of the grain mills and stuff
Mm-hmm.
when they when there's explosion, it's because there's a spark and it ignites that dust from the corn or whatever it is that they're grinding.
Well, now
Or
I know quite a few years ago when it first come out, they were trying to sell it hard and heavy. That was what is it? Halon extinguishers that you would put over your stove. So when it caught
oh,
fire, it would
you'd
take the
smother it.
oxygen away from it. And yeah,
Yeah. What do you
and
want?
I've not heard nothing about them. Well, quite a while. There are five classes of fires: A, B, C,
Yeah.
D, and K. What happened to E for evacuate?
That that one caught fire.
Oh, okay, okay. So,
Yeah. Remember we had this on the trivia on when Crazy used to do the trivia thing up there. I remember we did the prepping one, and there was questions about all the fire extinguishers.
seamsters,
He
fire.
means empty.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm through dying for the time being.
Who
Y'all
would who's had a grease fire in their kitchen before?
in the kitchen? No. Outside? Yes. I can't. I know the
I've
wife
had it
had.
on a gas stove. I hadn't had it on electrico, and all I did is put the lid over the pan. I
Yeah.
was frying uh, chicken, and it's spewed over and hit the flame and went, and I went clunk, and that was the end of it.
101, you don't have to holler. Aragon, they make Aragon fire extinguishers. They release
Argon.
air. Yeah, that too. Gas that shield the flames from oxygen and put the fire out.
Oh, I bet you those are expensive.
Um,
I I think those are the ones that they have on like data centers because you don't want to destroy any of the hardware, so they it sucks the oxygen from the air. It actually shoots down from the ceiling because they don't spread. They don't have sprinkler systems because that would on a data center. Oh, that'd be horrible.
well, now Lake Ferry just give me a challenge. Let's see. Never mix bleach, ammonia, and salt on a grease fire. You know I'm going to have to do that just to see what the hell happens.
Why would you mix bleach and ammonia on a fire?
It's liquid. Liquid puts it out.
No, liquid doesn't put grease out. Yeah, I don't understand that one.
Grace, my vacation was, let's say, a vacation in hell.
On vacation.
Yet it was one of the, how do you put that? Vacations you really wouldn't wish on anybody.
Oh, she said, read that again. I always, I was always warned never to mix ammonia or bleach and
Um,
ammonia. Yeah, I know. And salt
so,
on grease fires. There's an and in there. There's not.
right,
You're,
that's a
it just
challenge.
no. It's not a challenge.
To
That's
me,
to
that's
talk.
a challenge because I want to see what happens.
You die.
Not if it's
Uh,
outside.
tell that to a bunch of soldiers in uh, World War One.
Okay, then
That's
I will wear the
that.
mask that they told me to wear 2 years ago.
You won't be able to see very long. Yeah, just like what 101 just says, it's mustard gas.
Okay, I'll put my shirt over my mask and fart. Let's see which one gets through.
Yeah, she was saying don't mix
Ammonia with bleach,
ammonia and
period.
bleach and use salt on a grease fire.
Well,
Not mix them all together, then put it on the grease fire.
damn if I wouldn't. When I used to clean bathrooms in a truck stop, we literally thought about doing that on some of the stalls after the truck drivers left.
Oh,
Man, hey, you want to? I always thought a construction site was nasty. Get a job in a truck stop. You have no idea. I never took chemistry class, B Charming. Mama wouldn't let me.
well, it says on the bottle or on the bleach. I don't know if it says it on ammonia though. I know it says it on bleach.
I think I pissed 101 off.
There
He's
was
in there
that
yelling.
one below deck, that thing I and somebody had did that and mixed it together for cleaning, and everybody's going you know, and the guy, she actually got fired for that too, and she and the engineer goes down there and says, you know what, she created mustard gas. And everybody's, mustard gas, what's that? And you know, the thing that they use for war.
Back in yeah.
It was
101.
big in World War One. Now,
Yeah, big time.
yeah,
101. Yeah, I know what it is. I know what it does. I'm up here running my mouth trying to be funny, straight up. I'm not doing it. I've done been warned when I was a kid not to because I had a cousin who served over in Nam at that time when all that was going on.
yeah, over there that was Agent Orange.
Yeah. So,
That
and I do appreciate you looking out after me. I really do.
yeah, you sit there and think of all the people that came back from Vietnam that was exposed to that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's so many things that, you know, when they came back from war that lingered on and on and on. Not just the mental stuff, but the chemicals and um, the water they drink. Um, the ships that some of the Navy people were on was mixed with diesel fuel. That's what their drinking water was,
Yeah.
and they come back and had issues their whole life because of that.
But what gets me worse than anything is our government wouldn't even lift a finger to help them, but yet our government was the one who sent them over there. I would love for our government to pull one tour over there, or during
There are very, very, very small
gee,
number of them that have, and it's not like it's the uh, they're higher rank, so they don't have to do the grunt work, so to speak.
right.
Yeah. Um, there was that dude from Ohio, the tall, skinny one that claimed that he was, he was in the service, but it claimed that he did more than he said, and he had people that in his own unit that said different. And
Grace.
mainly somebody that's been in the service and done bad, I wouldn't say bad things, it's bad, but did stuff over there that was heavy on their heart and stuff. They don't brag about how brave and how decorated they are or anything like that. It's the
Or how
opposite.
many people
Yeah.
or how many people they eliminated. You
Yeah.
ask a true soldier, how many people did you eliminate? The first
That's
words that come out of their mouth is too many.
Well, no, that's you never ask that. That's
Well,
that's
now as
that's
a
an
kid,
that's an
well,
insult.
okay, as a kid, you don't know that.
Oh
But
yeah.
their answer at that time is too many. And after I got older and understood one is too many, they were doing the same thing our soldiers were doing, uh, what they were told to do,
Yeah.
plain, you know. And for anybody who has had to see something like it, I feel for them. I really do. Because nobody should have to go
Oh
through that,
no.
period.
And if you know somebody that's that served, or and you you can tell the difference in the person when they come back.
Oh, God, yes.
And
It's like day
it's
and night.
oh yeah. And that's the sad thing right there. When you see you know something, and they
They
very
won't talk
seldom will
about it.
talk about it, and that's really sad.
There is quite a few people in chat that's wanting us to start talking about depression foods, meals, and stuff like that. Uh, Pemmican, I know I'm not pronouncing that right.
You mean the thing so you can
When-
make jelly and stuff?
No, 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 no. I think it was rendered fat that you can survive on. Camo Carl, hand tack and PEMICAE.
Oh, hardtack.
Yeah, and I have done a little bit of reading up on it. Back, I
Oh,
was
okay. I see. Yeah.
see what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the stuff that makes the jellies hard, or not hard, but well,
Hard.
in your case, yes, hard, but in normal people's, it makes it jelly.
Bushcraft, you an asshole.
Are
But
you gonna make
yeah,
some
they
this
would
year?
make it. I'm debating or not if I
Yeah.
make some. Will I be able to eat it, or can I use it as ballistic gel again? Packed it
Well,
is what.
if anything, make sure instead of putting it in a jar, pour it out in long strips. That way you can just wear it.
You know, you got a point there. I hadn't thought about that. No, 101. That wasn't flubber. That didn't bounce. Trust me. But our forefathers, they made that, and even today they've run across it that was made back in the 1800s, and
That
it's still good.
hardtack, hardtack.
Yeah. Oh, 101. Would you like to come up and holler so I can holler back? Jesus. He's sitting in chat hooting and hollering.
If I want a link.
I'm gonna get Bushcraft to drop the link only for 101 and Watt if he wants to come up. Well, quit hollering. Jesus.
Well, it's up there now anyway.
A meatless meatloaf. That sounds like cat food to me. B. Chalmers says meatless meatloaf was depression meal.
It wasn't meatloaf though.
I know. Meatloaf. Catch the name of it. Meat.
It was just a loaf. I don't understand when you go to the store and there's the vegetarian section and they have meatless meatballs. It's not a meatball.
It's vegetarian food. Hey, wait a minute. When a vegetarian goes down the road and sees somebody cutting grass, do they say, a salad? Hardtack is just flour, water, and salt. Damn, that sounds
Yeah, a
about
lot
like
of
my
salt.
gravy when I used to make it.
Yeah, that stuff. I've had people ask me to make it. I'm said there's tons of recipes out there for it. It's not like it's I'd make something any different.
Well, see, I've seen videos. I wish I
Yeah,
could pronounce the name of that damn thing, but hardtack and that other stuff that starts with a P. It's two different things that I think that I know. 101
oh
said hardtack is the cracker. The P word is drained meat and
yeah.
dry food.
Yeah, and
It's in.
there's the spam too. The real spam. That what spam was based off of.
Bigfoot, you still in the room?
And
I think he knows. I think he knows a little
it's
bit. about spam.
It actually has the jelly stuff that he doesn't like either.
Pim, he can. Pim, he can.
There you go.
Okay. I know it's still wrong, but we'll go with that.
It could come out worse. So,
It probably does.
well,
Just
I
don't
know
pull the
you
finger.
know this one. A vinegar pie.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I have heard of it. I've not made it. I've made buttermilk pie. Damn, that's good. Lake Ferry says no spam.
Well, I think you would actually like that. The actual um the I don't it's I still call it spam, but it was um made in the war times so they could have meat and stuff and it didn't go bad. I think it was Civil War when it was created.
Yeah, wait
I'm
a
not
minute.
sure.
What life?
It was
Yeah, that link was for you also. Maybe he can pronounce that name. I hope the rope holds me. Not if I make it. Uh, what I don't like about spam is that noise it makes when you're trying to shake it out of the can. But I used to be able to eat it, raw, just cut it, make a sandwich out of it. Now it's got to be fried.
oh
That's
yeah,
the
it's
only.
because it's got so much junk in there.
In life with Bobby, you so right. Spam don't taste like it used to. Then again, don't nothing taste like it used to.
Mm-mm.
No.
I know.
Uh, can canned tomato cake or tomato
No.
soup cake.
How about Vienna weenies?
Well, well, at least it's better than what you said it was last time. Viagra weenies.
Oh damn! Don't give that to a man in a old folks home.
Um, I know this one because um, my grandpa used to make it, and he said he still remembered making it. Um, SOS.
Shit on the shingle.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I made that, and that is good
Oh
on
yeah.
toast, on a piece of toast. Yeah.
Yeah. Or potatoes. I like them on. I fixed it for the kids, but I put it on mashed potatoes, and it became one of their favorites. So I and that a serving for my kids was about 6 pounds of potatoes, 5 pounds of hamburger, and I'd make the gravy and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Oh man, and it got ate up.
Yeah. Shepherd's pie. 101 quote. Did y'all know that in 1930 average income per person was $4,500, equivalent to
Oh yeah,
$86,000 in
I seen
today's
that.
money?
I seen that the other day. They were talking about the price of a car and the equivalent of it now,
Yeah,
and they were making more back then than we are now,
yeah.
which doesn't make
They
sense.
were they were taking home more than what we are now, even though we're getting paid more.
No, it's the price of everything that
Okay.
has went up to where you can't afford all that stuff. The rent, the utilities, all that stuff. The price of everything has went way over our income.
True. Bonnie says, prepping, then I should be homeless. Well, I'm a step ahead of you. I got my tent and sleeping bags out in the building. I'm just waiting to be evicted. But I mean, that's a terrible thing to say. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody says, pay rent or pay for food.
Yeah. I mean, you got three choices. What are you going to pay this month? Rent, food, or electric? You can't pay but one.
How many parents out there skimp on their meals to make sure their kids and stuff have their enough food?
I do.
Oh,
There's a
hell,
lot.
I have many
Yeah.
days.
I do without. It comes to
If a person is not married or don't have youngins, they have no idea what a parent really goes through. They really don't.
No.
Because a parent will be the first one to sacrifice themselves so their family can have.
Oh yeah. Another one that I remember my grandpa making is potato cakes.
Mm-hmm.
I love potato cakes.
He would fry that up in bacon grease usually.
Yeah. Now my wife can make potato cakes. I've tried. I end up with fried mashed potatoes every time. But it gets ate. You just form it after you throw it in the plate. I said parent.
Bread pudding too.
Oh God,
that was a dessert. I remember that one too.
Rice pudding was a dessert.
I made that too.
I don't remember anything rice when my grandpa used to make.
Now I know my parents and my daddy's parents, they made rice pudding a lot. And if it's done right, it tastes good.
It really does. You got a lot of rice down there. It's up in Ohio and stuff. We didn't have much. I'm assuming didn't have much rice because I don't remember ever eating or him talking about anything that had rice in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Rice with sugar and cinnamon milk. Oh hell yeah.
Well, I remember if you had sugar, they would. My dad talked about he would get a slice of bread and pour coffee over it and then sprinkle sugar on top, and that would be breakfast.
It seemed like I had an uncle that done that, but I'm sitting there thinking, how can you eat something that soggy? I couldn't do it.
Well,
I know it depends on the person.
No, I'm just saying the bread back there wasn't this little soft doughy crap that
we have today.
It's homemade. It's probably sourdough or something like that. So it would soak up all that.
Now I do remember sitting down at the table, Mama, what we eating? Pinto's cornbread, fried potatoes, and onions. Either eat it or leave it. And some mornings that's what we had for breakfast too. Depending on the family, how they was raised, and a lot of
and mush. I remember mush too.
I don't remember mush.
It's just it's like a
Everything thrown together.
um
No, that was poking
you
grease.
get cornmeal and you mix water and stuff with it and you let it put it in the fridge and let it harden, not harden like a rock, and then you slice it up and fry it and you put syrup on it.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm gonna have to try to find this video on that.
Let me see if I can find something.
Now I've ate, believe it or not, as a kid, I've ate cereal with water instead of milk.
Oh yeah.
I've ate gravy made with water. You know, I mean, and it come out pretty good. Well, you really didn't know the difference when you was a youngin', but you either ate it or you starved. I mean, you went hungry. Okay, like that.
Here's one.
Or eating cereal with canned milk.
Here, you want me to play this one?
Well, what is it?
The cornmeal mush.
How long is it?
It's only 2 minutes long.
Yeah, we'll play it. All right, folks, bring out the popcorn.
I'll go ahead and mute it because it's got music.
All right.
See, and they're not and that's what it is, but they're not showing unless they do show you here. Oh, they do.
You know, that don't look bad. Put a little syrup on it.
Oh yeah, it's good with syrup.
Cornmeal. Okay.
I didn't know about the broth. I'd never done it with the broth.
I don't think they had a lot of broth back then anyway. But this is Amish cooking. Okay, it's in the refrigerator.
Yeah, that way it kind of gels.
Okay.
What you got, like the little rubber gloves on and everything.
Kind of looks like fudge.
Oh yeah, got to do it in butter or bacon grease.
Bacon grease. Got to be bacon grease. I was afraid to say, my God, how many sticks of butter she put in it. I've never had mush. I couldn't tell
Really?
you how it tasted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the syrup.
I really am going to have to find me a recipe on that.
Yeah, you'll have to give it a try.
Huh. Let's see. Never throw away veggie waters.
By chance is what in backstage waiting to get up? Because I haven't seen him say anything for a while, so he might be backstage.
No, he's not in backstage because I've been waiting for him.
Oh, okay.
What? Are you still in chat, or did you get pissed off, and leave?
Well, you told him to put up the link for him, right?
Yeah.
It might be in backstage.
If he's in backstage, I can see him.
Really, Sassy Cat? I didn't know restaurants actually made mush.
And we don't have no Bob Evans where I live at.
Well, we got one.
The awkward Trillium. He's interested in making that P word stuff. Go to YouTube. They
P
do.
word.
They do show you how to make that.
Yeah, there's an old guy that does it that I can't remember his name or anything, but he'd be one I'd like to copy from.
There's one on there that cowboy cooking, and I can't think of his name right off the bat, but yeah,
Oh, yeah, he kind of does the chuck wagon type
yeah,
cooking. Yeah.
yeah, and he calls his stove Bertha. That's the name of his stove. Okay, so
Yeah, I'd have to go through and find this. And it's an actual square, so it's an old video.
hmm,
And I'm talking about the one that makes the spam, not the other fruitcake thing.
the P word stuff.
Yeah.
You can, yeah, what you
I
said.
just like listen to you say it. The P word.
But, uh, the lady who used to, before she passed, she made a video. The only way I can eat an onion if it's sauteed or if it's. He was in backstage, but for some reason it booted him. You want to drop the link for him again? But she cooked one. It was an onion. I want to say you put sugar in it and hamburger, and then you put it in the oven and baked it.
Oh,
And
stuffed onion?
I think so. It may have been.
What about them the blooming onions? Would you eat one of those?
Yeah, I've ate blooming onion. As long as the onion is cooked,
Oh, okay.
I will eat it. I will not eat a raw onion, period.
Even if it's in like a potato salad or something?
Not even if it's on a hot dog.
Oh, okay.
Potato salad, my wife tried that on me one time. I was sitting there the whole damn time. And I think she put one of those 4-foot onions in that potato salad. It should be called the onion salad.
Onion salad?
I told her I didn't. And that was off of one spoonful. Okay.
What if they?
He is now. Hello, what?
Hello, governors.
See, you didn't have standing back room long this time.
I don't know what happens. This for the last, I think my phone did some type of update, and now every time I try to log in with my phone, it I have to do the whole process again. I don't know what's up with that.
Well, I can tell right now you driving down the road.
Yeah, I'm pulling back up to the ranch. I had to make a emergency store run.
Emergency run.
Yeah, I know what them emergency runs are. I used to do them too. It's either diapers or alcohol.
But hell, I hope I don't need any diapers anytime soon, and I don't drink. So,
Oh, damn.
if I was going to get diapers, I definitely have to get a shot. I believe so.
Well, I'd have to get a shot before I went in to get the diapers. And then I would hope somebody would say something about me getting diapers or tampons.
Go check and see how much them diapers cost nowadays.
That expensive.
I can imagine.
That's if you had, a young girl was wanting, I want to have a baby, and this and that. Take them to the store and tell them, well, you have to get this, you have to get that, and that's every couple days, and then see what they think after that.
You know, for a young girl who was wanting a youngin, I think each and every one of them needs to tend to a youngin 24/7 for 1 week.
Oh yeah,
They would change their mind quick.
yeah.
Well, a lot of them would.
You think?
The only reason they want a youngin is so they can get child support. I hate to say it.
Oh, majority, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you should. Oh, some of the stuff you hear, because the deleting of the baby stuff, the way they talk. Oh, it's my body. I don't care about that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Exactly.
surprises me how cut off they are of
Yeah.
living things, but they'll stand up for
You're right.
a cow because it's being mistreated in somewhere down the road, but they still eat at McDonald's.
Hey, I wonder if half the people really know where a hamburger comes from. They bitch and gripe because the cow's being mistreated, but yet they'll go eat a hamburger.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, maybe they're. Well, I could see where the confusion comes in. Maybe they think it's ham as in pork. That could maybe be their confusion.
It's hard to say.
now what we talking about this here new generation coming up. I don't think anybody can make sense of their brain. Okay, B. Charman says, I like baked garlic heads on bread or crackers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
roasted
yes.
garlic
Yeah.
is off the hook.
Oh, I love garlic.
I eat raw garlic all the time.
I heard, now this is about 20 or 30 years ago, and don't laugh. I know you are. You're going to, so I'm going to go ahead and say
You
it.
already said it, so we're gonna laugh.
I heard that garlic would help a person in certain areas. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a damn lie. Trust me. Because I bet you that week I ate 10 pounds of garlic and not a damn thing happened.
Maybe you mistook them for some scallions.
It's good for your heart.
That was a long way from where I heard it was good for.
Yeah, maybe you heard it from a vampire.
No, she was supposed to have been a doctor of that area.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Hey, I'm not one of the one. I'll go right along with you on that.
Another good one is potato soup.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love potato soup. And
Never had a soup I didn't like.
no, I can't say that. There's a couple of them.
Raw onion soup.
Hey, I'll try it.
Damned if I will.
That sounds like it'll make something good.
It depends on if you eating the scallions or the round ones.
Dude, you give me a pot of beans with some ham or something in it and some cornbread and onions, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm. And
Hey,
there's difference in the cornbread too.
Yeah, there is.
Have you ever seen them when they get that big old skillet, the cast iron skillet, and they have the the bacon grease in the bottom of it, and
Yep.
then
Oh, yeah.
pour the cornbread mix in there, and then bake it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
Well,
good.
now you do know if you're making cornbread in a cast iron skillet, you're supposed to let the cast iron get hot first,
Yeah,
and then you pour the cornbread in there, and then bake it.
yeah, and you hear that.
Oh, hell yeah!
Mm.
You
How
know
about
it's
the
gonna be
mold?
good.
The mold cast iron cornbread molds that were shaped like ears of corn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got one of them.
I'd love to
Yep.
have one.
I got a couple, but you don't see them no more.
No, you don't.
I actually make hot dog buns in that.
Oh wow.
Hot dog buns.
Yep, perfect for the size because they're perfect size for a hot dog. So you just make your bread and you put it on there, and then you bake it, and then you just slice it open, and that's perfect for a hot dog bun.
Mm. That would be good.
Sounds good. But
And that you put like you get your knife and sling it across there with butter, and put that bread on top of there. Oh,
shit, I'll put the whole tub of butter on there.
You know it's going to be good when they bust out the cast iron cookware.
oh yeah.
You know the difference between a damn good cook and just a regular cook is when you walk into one's kitchen and see bacon grease on the stove.
Yeah.
That's damn good cook right there.
Mm-hmm. When you
Mama
see
always said never trust a skinny cook.
you see those little metal tins.
Yep.
Hmm. Have y'all seen the price on some of that old cookware that has went through the roof?
But I don't think I've been to the store since 2020.
No, I mean the old stuff, like the good stuff. They don't make it no more, and the price on it's went up. If you can find any.
Oh, like the old ceramic stuff.
Yeah.
That had like the flower designs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple pans at Goodwill, and I'm sitting there. I'm hoping that the price goes down because I want to get them just for camping and stuff like that, or if,
Hmm.
things get bad because those things are indestructible.
I checked this out. Phil R. said he saw a 12-inch Griswold cast iron pan was $365 at a flea market.
Ooh.
Wow.
And if you were like me, Phil, it stayed there when you left too.
I was just
Pyrex
looking.
is not Pyrex.
Dutch oven.
I got two of them. One of them's got
Yeah,
legs
I was-
on it, doesn't.
I had one. Oh wait, oh that's in Columbus. Never mind. But I was sitting there
And
looking
I
at
also
some of
got-
these, and there's some really old ones, and they're like $700. And I'm like, what? I just want to
No
bake
shit.
bread in it because it's perfect for
I want-
baking bread.
I want a witch's pot is what I want, but I ain't got the money for that. A cauldron?
Oh,
Yeah, a cauldron.
I'll show you one that I
Yeah.
got from a customer the other week. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe they just let me have it. Let me go into my stupid stash. Hold on. Can't
Here's
show you the
one.
code.
Well, now I got a
80
cast
years
iron
old
teapot.
for $100.
I got a cast iron teapot out there that I won't use because one of the things is they were bad about cracking, and this one's not cracked. So I'm sorry, that and I won't use. And Pyrex being made now will explode if you don't watch it.
Oh yeah.
The old Pyrex dishes are so good.
Yeah. And it's also another thing that's gone through the roof in price.
You see what B said?
Yeah. Oh,
It has to have capital letters.
okay.
Oh, that's nice. Oh
Wait a
man,
minute.
I can see the he
He
hit
got
the
the legs
wrong
on it.
button.
I did.
When I see that, I see a good pot of beans,
Or potato soup. There
baked
we
beans,
go.
and that. Oh man,
Damn, we even got the lid to go with it. How big is that? What?
Oh, I didn't know I was muted. It's at least it's about 10 inches deep, about 8 inches wide.
Okay, because
6,
that
7,
last one, it looked
about
like
6
it.
quart.
Bushcraft said about 6 quarts.
I'd say so. Yeah, you could cook a soup or a meal for a whole family in there easy.
Oh,
Damn.
that thing would be good to hang on to too.
Yeah, the way things are going, anything that's cast iron will be good to hold on to.
Yeah.
You
It's
could
an
either
older.
use it to cook with or use it as a weapon, whichever.
Yeah, that thing weighs. It's got some weight to it.
If it's a little bit bigger, you could put it on your head and go underwater.
Yeah.
Who was that made by? Does
Yeah,
it say who that was made by? What?
I just looked at it and forgot. I'll let you know before the show's over
He
with.
ain't that old.
Getting old.
He ain't that old yet.
I don't think it's a real old one. I think it's like a newer one. It's not real old. But it was an older guy, and he's got a bunch of little whatnots. Like he said, he's got some more. He's gonna dig out, and I'll go see him one day. But
Dude,
he's just got all kind of tinkers and trinkets, and he ain't got nobody to share them with or tell them about it.
I'd be going to his house at least once a week.
Hit one if you've walked into the kitchen and forgot what you went in there for.
Do not hit one.
No.
Do not hit one if you walked into the bathroom and forgot what you went in that room for.
1, 2 ones for me.
I'll go in there and I'm like, what am I in here for?
Yeah.
And then I'll leave and then I'll come back and, oh, that's what it was. And I'll go back out there and dang it.
Just as soon as you sat down, you remember what you was in there for.
Yep. Today I went on the way home, I stopped at a yard sale and got a water cooler
Uh-oh.
for $10.
Were you talking about the round one?
Well, it's the cooler part, not the water jug, but it has the cold one and the hot one too.
Oh, heck yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's a joke
Can't
in
get a
that.
cooler for less than $10 nowadays.
Yeah.
Shit, I've been to Walmart and seen them for over $100. I
Yeah.
kept walking too.
And that's usually just for the cold.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to see the prices on the Yeti coolers.
I think that's what they were, Yetis.
Ooh.
But do you know you could take corn on the cob, put them in a cooler, and pour boiling water in there, and it will cook like that?
I imagine, yeah.
You know the best way to cook corn on a cob, except for like street corn, which you could probably do the street corn too, but get a cooler or a bucket or something to where you can submerge it and pour, leave it, the husk and everything on.
Yeah.
And put it in where it's submerged in cold water and let it sit in there for an hour or two, and then put it on the grill, still with the husk on it, and it cooks inside of itself. And oh man, that's some of the best sweet corn you ever eat.
I have
bet.
tried that. I have tried that a couple of times. My corn always ends up coming out black.
Really?
Yeah, I burnt mine every damn time.
Huh. Because you don't have to cook it that long because it's inside the husk and everything, so it steams it.
Don't use a blowtorch. Use a grill.
Oh damn, that's what I'm doing wrong.
You was trying to make popcorn.
Yeah, I was. Evidently, I was. Wait a minute, I can't use the Jiffy Pop popcorn. That's what I'm using for fire alarms in my house.
Yeah. Could hear him popping and
Oh,
going on.
I thought those were the coolest things as a kid. Just throw it on your stove and let it pop.
Oh hell yeah!
Shake it around.
Or over a
Yep.
campfire.
Yeah.
Vester Dillon, dumpster find today. Cast iron skillet, 2 Adirondack wood folding chairs. Damn.
Oh, sweet.
Where's these dumpsters at? Hell, I make the Adirondack chairs.
It
Grace
might be one of yours.
Grace Johnson said wrap them up in tinfoil.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Get up over there.
I found some goodies in the dumpster before. I'm not opposed to checking.
Yeah, you gotta be careful around here. I miss because when I lived down in Zanesville, we got tons of stuff, and I would just repair it. One time, I went behind the store to get check the dumpsters, and there was a video game back there. You know, the old fashioned kind you put a quarter in.
Oh,
And
wow.
I went and fixed it and replaced the glass because the glass was all broken, and I ended up selling that thing for $400.
Damn.
had I think $40 worth of glass on it or something like that.
Well, hell, you made your money back out of it.
Oh yeah.
Now, how much would that video game go for today?
Oh, it.
Through the roof now. People
Yeah.
pay top dollar for nostalgia.
Miss
Yeah.
Pac-Man. Oh man.
Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's iconic.
It'd probably be a few thousand.
Yeah. But you see, the bad thing about it is at that time, we didn't know that shit.
Yeah.
No.
Can you guys see the I can't even talk. Resemblance from him and this one up here?
Damn.
What's that?
Although I had a lot of light shining on him.
Same cat, huh?
Yeah. I had him setting in the same spot, not this chair, but another one. And I had a little cat toy moving it back and forth so he would look at it.
Vester, am I reading you right? Those Adirondack chairs sell for over $200 on the coast. Hell,
Not up here, they don't.
I'm selling mine for $75.
Oh, well, do me a favor. Send me up a bunch. There's like $400 or $500 up here.
Mm.
The
Shit,
Amish
you go rent a trailer.
the Amish are selling them for that much at that place I go to.
Really?
Yeah, and they're you know the slide rockers or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
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 I got the plans to make one. I've had the plans for 3 or 4 years, but I've never made one yet. And that's what I've had a lot of people request that. And it seemed like as soon as I got the plans for that, I just lost interest in doing woodworking. Now, one thing I will sit there and make, and that's porch swings. You know.
Oh, I seen a nice one today. I was almost tempted to get it too. $30, and it was all like branches and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Where are you going?
Yeah, B. Chalmers says glider chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my granddaddy did. At once he got out of the military. Well, he did it before then, but he got out of the army and retired, and he opened up a antique shop, and he did that to the day he passed.
Yeah. I make mine out of red cedar.
Oh, that would probably be worth more up here then.
And I'll throw
It's
the
oak up here.
Damn. I'll throw the not shellac. I can't even think of it now.
Treat.
At what?
Treat.
No, I don't put stain on red oak at all. It's like a clear varnish or whatever.
Like a shellac? Shellac?
Yes.
Polyurethane?
Yes, that's what I
There
put
you go.
on.
Yeah.
And I'll put about 3 coats on each one that I make.
Yeah.
And like I said, I sell mine, or when I made them before the wood shot through the roof, I was selling them for $75. Like that. And I made a woman. It was what was it? 6
You
chairs.
making women too?
Bushcraft. My wife sitting right here beside me. You trying, ain't you? No, I've not made none of them. Yeah. But there was a woman who ordered.
Who would try?
6 chairs, a bench, 3 footstools, and 1, 2, 3 end tables. And I ended up getting almost $400 for all of them. That was the time I was making it, trying to get a name for myself. Hell, I was undercutting everybody, at that time.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, every year you have to treat this. 2 years went by. She got in touch with me. She said, I need you to come down here and replace some boards on it. I said, what's wrong? She said, I didn't treat it like you said. And I said, I'm sorry, it's going to cost you.
At least you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And said, oh, this was junk. It broke.
Now, I have sold a 5-foot swing, and I used a knotted board on it. And after I left, the guy sat down on it and it broke. And he called me back, or he called me before I got home. And I said, all right. I said, I guarantee my work. I'll be back up there tomorrow and I'll fix it for you. And sure enough, I took one board. I think it was 60 miles from my house to his. Didn't charge him a thing to do it. I mean, if you can't guarantee your work, bad news will travel a whole heck of a lot faster than good news.
Yeah.
Right about that. Word of mouth is going to be your biggest seller or your biggest demise.
Yeah, you were exactly right. And, somebody starting out, the last thing you need is a bad reputation.
Yeah.
And a lot of people.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, that's what I'm going to do out in the garage. That's why I picked up that compressor and nail gun, because I'm going to start making planners and little magazine stands and things.
Well, let me tell you something. I do not use nails. I do not use staples. I use only screws in mine. And if you want me to, I can hide the screws to where you never see them. and I make my own. What do you got? Dowels. I make my own dowels, so I got no problem with that. I'm gonna let two of y'all take it from here. I got to go yonder way for a minute or two.
All right. Make sure you grab your map and your compass.
A drapery business for over 30 years. Dang, that's
Wow.
never had to advertise.
Yeah. I know might not be exactly for y'all's applications we was talking about, but I've been saving up like all the pallets and stuff I can get and been trying to figure out, come up with ideas, something to do with them. I know
Yeah,
there's 1,001 ideas.
that's what I've got out there is a bunch of, and I've got places around here where they get crates of stuff.
Yeah.
Where motors or I don't know what they have in them,
Furniture and stuff.
and they break all the boards off, and I've got tons of boards yay big just to do stuff with.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm same here. I do electrical, but I pull up on a job site and I always check the trash can, seeing what's getting thrown away. Dude, I got a whole pickup load of cinder blocks one day. The guy said, "You know anybody wants these blocks?" I said, "For sale or giving away?" He said, "For free." He said, "I just need them to disappear off the site. We're done with the job." I said, "Say no more." I loaded them up.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah,
I haven't repurposed them yet, but I mean, why not take them?
yeah. That's one good thing, that if I get property, any little thing I find that I might need in the future that I could use for something,
Yeah.
I'll have a spot for wood and metal and whatever.
Yeah, I hate to seeing anything being thrown away that can be repurposed, especially
Because all it's
nowadays.
going to end up in a dump somewhere and
Yeah.
be buried.
Them little metal fire pits, with the metal stand, the metal bucket, and the little mesh top. Dude, I found two of them in the roll-off dumpster one time. Wasn't nothing wrong with them. I'm still using both of them. I looked them up online. They was the cheapest, closest one to that model was like $80 at the time, but $160.
Probably
Yeah.
$100 now.
Oh yeah. This was a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's what I made my rabbit cage out of, is pallets.
Shoot, yeah. I mean, especially, most times you can find them. They give them away, certain hardware stores, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or those big wooden spools, like wire spools. I don't know if you ever get a hold of. I can get a
those would
hold
be
of as
nice.
many of those as you can think of dealing with electrical.
Yeah, those make good tables.
Yeah, you stain them and fix them up, make them outdoor worthy. Yeah, they'll last for a while.
Yeah, I see so many in bars.
Yeah,
I've seen bars made out of them too.
it kind of gives it that old rusted look too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
The Amish, the place up there, they got all these, rockers and slide thingies that you set on, and chairs that's all rough cut type stuff, and they got $400 or $500 on all that stuff, and people are buying them left and right. Like, I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah, they take pride in their work.
Oh yeah.
Of course, with the assembly lines and the machines we got, yeah, it may get it out quicker, but you use the human touch.
Yeah.
Hear
Um,
It wasn't the compass and the map I was worried about. It was the filters for my gas mask.
All right.
I ain't got no more.
Oh.
Let's see. I just read it. Yeah,
Yeah.
TJ Cat said, "Are rabbits easier than chickens?" I don't know about that, but they taste better.
It
I don't know.
depends what you mean.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're probably some of
chicken,
both of the low maintenance animals that you can get.
yeah, chickens. If
Chicken.
they're fed right and everything, that's eggs every day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rabbits, it's very hard and easy upkeep, and they're well, same thing with chickens, but chicken poop you have to let it set for a
yeah,
while.
free fertilizer.
Yeah, it all depends what you want out of it. I mean, because you can
Yeah.
both reproduce really quickly.
You can get both. Get both.
but make sure you ain't got no hawks close by.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you want screened in even on the top.
Yeah,
hawks and the owls down here.
And unless you have a mean rooster, he will take care of his flock.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, I've seen him take out a hawk before.
I had a rooster at one time. I had to delete him because every time my son went out the door, he would try and attack him. And my son was still in diapers at the time.
oh wow, yeah,
I couldn't have him.
Yeah, they'll cut you up with them spurs.
spurs. Yeah,
Get it in a heartbeat.
what that's what South Carolina's mascot is.
A chicken?
Yeah, a gamecock. South Carolina Gamecocks.
That I
But of
did
course,
not.
but of course, that's a different thing of chickens. But
Yeah.
yep, that's still their mascot. They've still caught a bunch of flack about it, but it's still their mascot.
What's them? The rare chicken it's all black. Their eggs are black, and even the meat's black.
Let me
Really?
see.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but Nunya, Texas, in back 20, he has a bunch of them.
That chicken hawk.
No, it's a chicken.
Yeah, I know.
Is it a AYAM?
Yeah,
A yam?
no, it's not dragon. It's like I said, in his eggs are black, not dark black, but they're black. The meat when you eat it, it's black, which is weird.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Speaking
Yeah, Madi or something like that. I think it's called.
of yam samani. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of black eggs, what is it? The 100-year egg? Have you ever heard of that? Or the 1,000-year egg? Oh,
Yeah.
man,
I'm not eating one.
you know what I'm talking about? Oh, I
Yeah.
wouldn't either. That's one thing I would not try. That's brutal. Well, the right amount of cash, maybe, but not just to try it.
I
Could you
don't think
imagine
people
cracking
have
that
that much
thing up?
What's that?
Could you imagine cracking that egg open?
Mm.
Ooh,
The smell.
the smell,
It
yeah.
would be-
Mm, mm.
What the heck? I got this new phone, and it keeps coming up. Sorry, try saying this or try saying that.
Yeah, mine does that sometimes. It's real sensitive.
And I got mine muted too.
Especially, it was real bad when they had all those Google commercials playing, and it would say, "Hey Google," and every time that commercial would come on, boom, my phone would go, "Yes."
Oh,
They would
no.
hear it on the TV, or on the commercial.
I think Lakes does that. It got to the point she finally had to unplug hers.
Yeah, we'll be live, and I'll say, um, what was it? Alexa, play Baby Shark,
There you go.
and you can hear
Oh
it in the
man.
background starting up.
Hey, thanks for bringing up the Baby Shark song. Now it's playing in my head.
Hey, I got 4 grandyoungins. I hate that damn song with a passion.
Crazy. It's crazy how the kids' songs just go viral like that. Like, who comes up with this stuff?
Okay, Google, play Baby Shark. Wonder how many people are listening to Baby Shark right now.
Oh, it's trending.
Grace Johnson said she shut her Siri off.
Yeah. Well, you can see there's ports to everything that's connected to internet, and if you know what these ports are, you can actually turn those ports off to where it can't communicate with its server and stuff, so it doesn't listen to you. Well, it listens to you, but it it doesn't report what it's intended to. I'll
Yeah.
put it that way.
It's kind of like turning the assistant mode off.
Yeah.
How many times have y'all butt dialed somebody?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't put my
Going down
phone
the road
in my,
or something like that, and they hear your conversation with other people.
no, I
I
don't. I
did.
don't put my phone in my back pocket.
I don't know more. Let's put it like that. I almost got in trouble one time for that.
Oh, see, I just got another thing about the blackouts.
Another one?
See, blackouts is normal, but when they say down grid, that's something different. Oh no, this is total grid failure. Oh wow.
That's totally different then. Does it give a time when this is going to happen for y'all
Mm,
or us?
Or whoever.
it is often referred to potential would fully shut down American grid.
Shut down the American grid.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't.
I mean, as complex as it sounds, I
Oh
imagine there's only 4 or 5 switches to hit. You know?
no, they're talking EMP,
Oh,
an EMP warning. Now I wonder because some solar can do an EMP.
and that's from your power provider sent you that?
Yeah,
damn! What power provider did you have? Cause
a
mine did.
AEP.
Mine's Duke Power, and they don't tell you shit except for how much your bill is.
Well, you have to sign up for uh, the warning stuff.
Go to their website. They might have a feature or something.
Yeah, because any time that they schedule a reset or something to where your power goes down.
They have
Right.
to post it.
So if I get a warning saying they're going to do it at 3 o'clock, I come in and turn my computer off because that's bad for computers.
Power surges. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if y'all have surge protectors. That's always a good investment.
Well, that's bad advice. What they're telling you, you should carry cash, but you shouldn't carry.
Yeah, but how many stores take cash nowadays? It ain't that many no more.
Yeah, some
The
do.
reason they don't carry cash, the reason stores don't carry cash, because the people working the
Oh,
cash registers don't know how to count back money.
they're trying to prevent the loss of life because without power, there is no food and water. Um,
Sassy Cat wants to know, is this all Ohio or just in your area? bushcraft.
This is, well, if they're talking grid, that's everybody.
Yeah.
But this is a warning that comes from AEP. Consider how long you want to prepare for this crisis. Oh,
I'd
wow.
say
Gather,
anybody
write
that's
them out.
listening or in chat, just go to your power provider's website. Maybe they have a link or something like that.
Yeah. They're actually saying to prepare for this.
Well, as good as my son is, I'm going to hand him my phone and tell him to do it for me.
There you go.
Okay. They're even telling how much gallons of water you should have stored.
That's not like a power provider would do. I've never heard them doing something like that. So evidently something is in the works. I'll put it like that.
What's their quote on how much water you should have?
Well, they said for a household of 4, that works out to be 112 gallons per month.
How 112 gallons? Hell, I'll go through that in a week.
Well,
I mean,
you
if
need
you're
to learn to ration.
Well,
that's if it goes down. If it goes down, that's what you're going to be limited to, because you can't just go take a hot shower or wash your hands in warm water. You got to go through this whole process. You got to start a fire.
I need to empty my water barrel and let the rain fill it up again and put a top on it.
A lot of times, if you're in need for water, people can check to see if there's any natural reservoirs or springs near them where you could get free water.
Oh, this I would
Grace
I would
Johnson,
never even
we're
see.
talking.
This is stuff that is not food and water. What you
All
should
right.
be there. This is what they're saying to stock up on. Number 1, ammunition.
They're saying that.
Yes, gasoline, clothing, first aid, toilet paper, propane, personal hygiene, plastic bags, prescription meds, pet food, batteries, and more gas, which is weird. They're probably meant the little containers of gas.
All right, folks, I reckon, this is turning into another chat. I seeing as how a power company is saying this, I would highly suggest to start stocking up like now.
ASAP.
Well,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it kind of goes along with your theme,
Well, it does.
If you think about if it goes down to that certain extent, you're going to be right back in 1923.
Probably 1823.
Yeah, for a lot of people, yeah. If you're not physically, mentally, and prepared, it's going to be tough mentally. It's going to be your hardest battle.
It's AEP. AEP. It's one of the biggest electric companies.
Okay. Are you answering Grace Johnson?
Yeah, there's a couple who said it.
Okay.
Who are they? And yeah, and that come because they send me alerts and everything, and that's their possible grid down thing.
Okay, from 1 being bad to a 10 being real good, how reliable is that website?
Reliable?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by reliable, though.
I mean,
You mean like fake news or not?
more or less, yeah.
Well, I don't trust anything that makes more money than I do.
Oh, hell, that's everybody.
Well, I mean,
how accurate?
companies.
How accurate are they?
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't know. It's a crapshoot with.
But when's the last time something ever like that's been put out of publication? You know what I mean?
Well,
None, none that I
there've
know
been
of.
a lot of that stuff lately.
Oh,
Uh, Amazon put out a thing about zombie attacks.
really?
Yeah, it's in their terms of service stuff.
Sassy Cat. I have an app for alerts from them, but I haven't gotten anything like that yet.
Hope I don't turn zombie. I
Well,
want to be just
you
regular.
should. Here's because I just got that like an hour or so ago. Well, right before we started the live.
Hmm.
Oh, here's another one.
That's the first time I ever heard anybody tell you to stock up on ammo.
Yeah, that's what got me.
Yeah.
Here's another one. This was from Google that popped up.
They saying it's practically the same thing.
Oh no, they won't say that, but it's saying possible power outages other than the hurricane stuff.
Okay. So theirs is mainly hitting for the hurricane victims.
No, other than the
Oh,
hurricane.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of power outages in Florida and the
yeah.
path. Yeah.
Well, now there's some in Georgia also, I would presume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's mainly like southern Georgia and pretty much the coast, Savannah.
Yeah.
By the time it made it to me, it was just some good rain, and the wind really wasn't that bad, really. It's just some good rain. It rained all day.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what it was
really
here.
not that bad. It's only 95,000 customers in Florida and 44,000 in Georgia.
Damn. A lot more.
California has 12,000.
From Hillary
No, just
in general.
yeah.
Okay.
Their state is usually yellow.
What about Texas?
Texas has 4,000,
Okay.
700 in Louisiana, 157 in Mississippi, 500 in Alabama.
Chris,
Oh,
I'd kind of agree with you a little bit there.
what's that?
She says in other words, watch out for our government.
It's just, I think, just general awareness in general. I know it's hard to be prepared for everything, but just be prepared for what you can.
Well, look at what's coming up too. I mean, we've all predicted something is fixing to break loose.
It's the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching a YouTuber today and he was talking about because he was out weed eating the front of his property that they just got, and a truck came up and went to the top of the hill and was watching him and then backed up, and then he started weed eating again and it did it again, and so he started walking back to his truck so he can get stuff,
Yeah.
protection. And it backed back out and didn't see it again.
Mm.
And it's even
Yeah.
though that thing gets heavy on your side and everything when you're out there working, you almost have to have it.
You got to stay sharp.
Yeah. I sometimes in a hurry or something, because the holster I had before, here, I'll show you. It's just a holster.
Hell, I don't care.
Well, you can't show it. Here,
Now I understand. Whenever we went into the restaurant, my mom would never sit with her back to the door.
Yep.
And I do the same thing.
And this being just cloth or canvas,
Yeah.
I didn't like carrying it around because it's too wonky. And then I got this one, from Temu, and
You know,
it's got the lock on it and everything, to where you have to push the button to
Yeah.
take it out, which is
You
awesome.
hadn't had any problem with it?
Oh no, it works pretty
I
good.
may end up getting one. I may end up ordering one like that here
Yeah,
within the next few hours.
I was
Hours?
because I was thinking, because a 1911, it's pretty good size. I was wanting to
Yeah.
get something a little bit smaller, just for running around and stuff. But I have to wait for stuff to happen here with the
You said
lawyer and stuff.
1911? 1911?
Yeah.
You want to hear something interesting about 1911?
The year or the pew pew?
It's a combination of both, so it's kind of like a twofer. It's a win-win.
A twofer.
And on this day in 1911, the Sullivan Act requiring New Yorkers to possess licenses for pew-pews small enough to be concealed comes into effect.
Wow, really? Back then?
No kidding.
And I thought that was pretty interesting. I've seen it earlier than you mentioned 9/11, so I thought it was a good segue. But yeah, in 1911, the Sullivan Act.
Huh.
It's crime shame 101 ain't up in here.
Was the Sullivan FBI guy?
I have to look it up deeper. Let me see.
Yeah. I would
They
think
always name it after a person.
I would think it'd be more, the Roaring 20s. When was the Prohibition?
From 1920 to 1933. It was I think it started April something 1920, and it was lifted December the 5th, 1933, right before Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say, just in time for Christmas.
They battled it out all year, and they said, well, we'll give it right before Christmas. And Christmas and New Year's, man, they sold more booze than the record number of sales.
Well,
Moonshiners were mad.
I'll say my family made a lot of money during those dry times.
So did
it
mine.
it wasn't that dry.
Yeah.
And in the big cities, it was Al Capone and them guys
Oh hell yeah!
making money off of it.
What was it? St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And back then also. Now, seeing as how this is coming out, and we, let's say, talking about it before anybody else does, tomorrow, practically every prepper is going to be talking about this.
More than likely. That's kind of normal, though.
Yeah, well, something like this, I can understand. Let them talk, to warn everybody.
You remember when I brought up all about the 15-minute cities and stuff?
Yeah.
It's popular now.
Well, let me tell you something.
A lot of it.
Let me tell you something that got me. You Make and myself was doing a broadcast, and we was talking about canning stuff, and I had mentioned canning.
Oh, the potatoes, yeah,
the potatoes, and within a week, YouTube.
I've seen them all over the place.
Yeah,
I was like, dang, maybe I should be canning potatoes. They're too expensive where I'm at, though.
Man, we bought a 10-pound bag, a couple of weeks ago. And it was almost $15 for a 10-pound bag. And I thought, my God.
Wow.
But I mean, to me,
Tampa? Really, Tampa?
What?
15-minute city in Tampa.
Well, have you heard the new term they're using? Well, I'm pretty sure you have, or it's been out. They're calling it satellite cities, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Have you heard that term?
Yep. it's the
I don't know if you know what I mean.
conversion of things.
Yeah. You know what I mean. The thing.
Damn.
The Sullivan Act was sponsored by Timothy D. Sullivan, a state representative from New York City.
Oh, a politician, that figures.
Oh.
What was he? Republican or Democrat?
Hey,
I'll let you take a wild guess on that one. You'd probably be right.
probably independent.
You know, there was a lot of that type of stuff back in those days. Like you said, the roaring 20s.
Yeah,
Roaring.
that's what I thought it would. Because the Tommy gun and whatnot.
Yeah.
All those things was horrible.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because it was meant for World War II, and it got converted over to something bad.
Like trench warfare, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about the Tommy guns, they were caliber in 45, chambered in 45s, I believe. That was
Really?
the bad thing. Yeah,
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Ooh. Man, that puts a whole new element on it.
It does. Now, can you imagine having a wheel on that thing that held, what was it, 50 rounds of 45s and pulling that trigger? No damn wonder you always saw the nose go up on one.
Yeah. Games that I played were usually World War II games. That was one of my favorite ones, and the grease gun.
The only thing I like about dry canning potatoes is because the starch tears me up. But you dry can it, all the stuff at the bottom is the starch. You can take the potatoes out, rinse them off in hot water. You ain't hardly got no starch on it. And I can eat that and it not mess with my stomach.
It's weird how certain things like that do different people differently.
It is. It really is.
It's just amazing how the body works, how it interacts with certain things.
Grace Johnson said something. Every time you go out, buy 2 gallons of water at $1.49 each. Get
what you can get.
I would say go to Walmart. God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Go to Walmart and get a 5-gallon jug of water. It's damn, I couldn't tell you how much it is now.
$13.46.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But if you take the jug back, it's only $6.
Okay. Stick with the gallon jugs.
Then depending on what you're trying to do, unless you like, I don't know if you need distilled water or if you can do your own distilled water, if you're capable of doing that.
Well, you don't want to, because you take out a lot of the minerals when you
distill it.
Yeah. So
The only good thing about distilled water is if you got a cut and you need to clean it.
Yeah. Well, if you're a canner, you usually have a few jars of water anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I bet I've got about 3 or 4 cases of distilled water. I don't pour my water out. I save my water for just that reason, And people better, instead of pressure canning, you better learn how to start. What the hell's that other one?
Water bath.
Yeah, learn how to water bath.
Yeah.
What you gonna do when the power goes out?
Did you see Make It Makes beat one? She just got a video out, I think yesterday, doing beats.
Yeah.
a whole bunch of beets, and that was awesome that she said this, because I see so many people doing this. When they get beets, they cut the top off,
Yep.
and I'm like, no, don't do that. And she mentions this. She said, I don't cut the top off until it's ready to, to go to the jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all that stuff drains right out of there, and you get that, and that's one of the reasons you get that dirt taste. It's because all the minerals and stuff
Flavor,
gets
yeah.
drained out of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised because I every time you see somebody doing this, they cut the top off and they start peeling, and like, no, or they'll cut it off and they'll soak it in the water and wonder why the water looks like bad things happen in it.
Yeah, that's good to know.
But
And I learned that from an Amish person.
well, see, I didn't know that until I saw that.
Yeah.
Because every other video I've seen, they've cut the tops off.
Yeah. I was like,
and when she said it and explained why, it made a lot of sense.
yeah.
Didn't eat beets as a kid, but I like them now.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I
I
like
love
roasted.
beets. Pickled beets. Lord have mercy.
You just gotta watch when you bake them, and because fresh beets. Oh.
Bathroom City.
Oh yeah. I had got some beets from that Misfits thing, and I baked them up and ate them, and next day I thought I had kidney problems because I thought I was pissing blood. And then because it looks that's what it looks like. And then I noticed it was kind of the water was turning pink, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I was like, I feel fine and everything, but I was getting ready to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then I realized I had beets last night.
Yeah, can you eat the leaves off of beets? I mean,
Oh yeah, those are good.
Okay.
And rabbits love them.
Oh,
Yeah. Grace, that's what great.
Well, see, that's the reason I asked that question.
Yeah.
Because I know there are some greens that off of plants that you cannot eat, and I cannot think of the main one is coming to mind.
Well, tomatoes, you can't eat the leaves off a tomato.
I'm talking. Oh, come on! I made many of them running through the garden, running through the neighbor's garden. Reach down and pick one.
Yeah, rhubarb. I'll never touch rhubarb. Yeah, rhubarb. The leaves is.
I've heard my daddy
too.
I've heard my daddy talk about rhubarb. He said for every rhubarb, you need about 5 pounds of sugar.
Yeah, but the leaves are toxic, I do believe.
Have you ever heard of poke salad?
Oh yeah, poke salad.
Yeah.
You just got to know how to cook it.
Exactly.
You don't cook it, you might be in for a rough ride.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky, yeah. Oof. But if it's done right, oh man, it's good.
Put them in, mix them up with some scrambled eggs. You doggone right.
Yeah, you get the tops of the beets, the leaves, and dehydrate those, and you can just put a teaspoon or a tablespoon in a smoothie or something. That's real healthy for you.
I cannot see how anybody can drink something green like that.
What's that?
Out of you know how you see on commercials or they got smoothies, but it's all chunky and green and stuff. I can't see me drinking nothing like that.
I put spinach in my smoothie sometimes. I mean, it's not really a taste thing. It's more like a texture, but it's a smoothie, so it kind of blends in.
Yeah, it may blend in coming back out.
Oh yeah, it help everything flow properly.
No, I'm talking about top end. It may get over that curve, but that's as far as it's going. It's going to back up and come back out.
Shoot, you can put whatever you want in a smoothie.
Oh, I know you can. But it's just something about the looks of
Yeah.
drinking something green and chunky.
Well, it's not really chunky. It's
The way they make it out, the look, and they hand it straight to you, and there you are drinking.
That's better than eating bugs.
It's not cold baby food, if that's what you're thinking.
Hell, I'd eat the baby food before I eat that stuff.
Oh, you'd be all right then. Shoot, you'd love it.
Grace Johnson, so does a scalpel. Parsley, kiwi, apple juice, lemon, and a bit of water keeps kidney stones away. So does a scalpel.
yeah, but I would rather drink some juice than get cut open.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I'm asleep, I don't care.
Talking about food, you want to hear something interesting?
I'm almost scared to say with us three
Well,
up here.
do you know what stressed spelled backwards is?
Dress.
Desserts.
Well, you can have all the stressed desserts you want.
I thought that was, I don't know, I found it interesting that stressed spelled backwards is desserts.
Now, I'm like Jerry Lee. I have never drunk a smoothie.
That is.
Yeah, they just here says rhubarb leaves are considered poisonous.
Hmm.
Oxalic acid, which cause health problems when eaten.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
Sure.
TJ Cat said, I heard Gerber was sold to China.
I
Watch
wouldn't
out.
doubt it.
You better stock up on baby food. Have you heard this week they had recalls on hamburger?
I can tell you real quick.
It was the 1 pound, the 2 pound, and I think the 5 pound packages. And I forgot who it was that.
Oh wow, there's a bunch.
Really?
Oh, this is Wise Quality Premium Brownie Moose Track Ice Cream.
Oh, hell, here we go with ice cream again.
Yeah.
Damn.
One thing we had left.
Yeah.
We really didn't even have it.
And this is
50% of ice cream is air. You know it?
Yeah, they whip that thing so hard and then they freeze it real quick.
Give it time.
And that sounded really bad.
Whip it good.
Be recalling air next.
The ice cream house is voluntary.
It was like that Dr. Seuss story, The Lorax, where they were selling air in a can. Remember
that? We all try that, Watt.
I don't know what the ice cream
might be
house
on to
is
something.
Well, if they can
Ice
sell
cream.
fart in a jar, why not sell air in a can?
They do.
They do.
Yeah, they sell air in a can.
Best air.
Whatever
whatever
the ice
flavor you
cream
want.
house is, they're recalling all their ice cream.
A certain brand.
I don't know if it's a brand or if it's a shop or what. It says the ice cream house is voluntary recalling all dairy ice cream. Here, let me click on it and see what it is.
Now, TJ Cat says she makes her own ice cream. Now, yes.
Like an ice cream shop.
I was fixing to ask you, was you froze up again, but I saw your eyes moving. There is I don't know if I ought to say this or not, there's a shooting in a mall in Austin, Texas. Grace, is that now or was that today?
I hate to say it, but I don't even like going to the mall.
Oh, hell no.
Nothing for me there. I can't. None of the clothes even fit me. I can't even go there as an option. Man, you go to J.C. Penney, the largest thing they got is extra large.
And Grace, I looked for your jalapeno poppers and could not find them nowhere. I even went to your site and didn't see it.
I'm guessing this happened within the last couple hours.
I
In Austin.
I think she put them out. Put it out yesterday.
Oh,
It should have done been up, but I went to a website, didn't even see it. Grace Johnson said it's live about Austin, Texas.
It's crazy. It's a crazy world.
It's damn near getting to the point I hate going outside, period. And I live in the country.
I don't mind outside. It's just when the crazies try to get within your bubble, you know.
Oh, you hear the government has a new website.
Oh, hell. He's grinning. Here's the joke. Come on.
No, it's not a joke. Well, it depends how you look at it. For UFOs.
Damn.
Really?
Well, Grace, I reckon that explains why it's not on your website. She says she never made one. Somebody did. It was a woman. It wasn't our wild man. That shooting happened about 6:32 Central. One is not with us no more. And two of them are not with us no more. And one was injured.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Are you Cheech or is you Chum? You can be one, I'll be the other. Well, who was it? Who was up on ships? What is it? Not ships. Damn. It was today. They was talking about their jalapeno poppers. Okay. I apologize. It was Ginger Ninja.
There you go.
I knew it was a female.
Oh.
Now I got to go back and look at it. Hell, I'll forget about it as soon as I click in stream. But, well, what did we learn? today. We learned not to trust our government again. The
I think we
government,
already knew that.
yeah,
Didn't have to learn it.
are telling us to stock up on ammo, everything but food and water. Well, I've never heard of nobody telling, a company like that saying stock up on ammo and gas and stuff like that. I'm wondering what one knows is.
I just came across stuff. I don't know why I'm sitting there looking at this stuff, but I was looking at the history of oven fried cornbread, and one of the things that pops up is hoe cakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're damn right. And hoe cakes is made on top of the. No, it is made in the oven.
Made in the oven, yeah. You made hoe cake before.
Hell yeah. You make a hoe cake in a frying pan.
Mama
You
used to
throw
do it all
some
the time.
sausage gravy on there. Man, that's the best eating you've had that day.
I heard some people call them Johnny cakes. I don't know if y'all ever heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I thought the way I was brought up, Johnny cakes was cornbread.
yeah.
Cornbread.
It used to be the box, the Jiffy box used to be that Johnny cakes.
Yeah.
Like Jiffy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It used to be called. Well, I remember it called Johnny cake.
Now, hoe cake, B. Charmin, you're right. SHO, not WHOE.
I thought it was HOW.
It's
Close enough too.
HOE.
Depending on where you went to school at.
Yeah. They didn't have vowels back then.
And believe it or not, it is Native American who invented it, or that's where it comes from.
Grace
Cornbread
Johnson
and
wants to know what's a hoe cake.
It's a corn pancake.
No, it ain't corn.
Yeah, it's made from cornmeal.
No. A hoe cake is made with flour and milk, just like you would
Not
make
these
this.
ones.
Am I right or am I wrong, What?
I just seen the
Well, I guess
them
you can
make
have
it.
both. I guess you can have both, but the ones I've had always had like cornbread in them.
Fried
Well, like I'm not cornbread. I mean cornmeal.
Flour.
Cornmeal, yeah.
Yeah, cornmeal.
Well, they wrong.
I don't know. My mom, she would either fry the cornbread in the oven in the cast iron, or she'd make fried cornbread, like with cracklings in it.
Yeah. Now that was good.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could still eat crackling cornbread. Damn.
I know it ain't good for you, but man, it tastes so good.
You got that right.
There we go.
I always made mine out of flour. And it tastes good too. Wait a minute. Let me get my cursor right.
Just the north in you, man. You like cream of wheat?
Connie's Cooking Channel.
I'll take that as a yes.
Southern cornmeal
Hey, mute that.
cakes,
Like
better known as fried cornbread. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below and the bell next to it so you'll be notified on my next video upload. And welcome. Let's take a quick look at our ingredients we will need for the hoe cakes. We will need flour and cornmeal, baking powder, salt and sugar,
Damn.
milk, and 2 eggs.
Yeah,
And of course,
sounds
we'll
about
need
right.
oil to fry these hoe cakes. So without further ado, let's get this party started.
Let's get this
So
party
the first thing we're
started.
going to do is just give this a mix here and add in our sugar, salt, and baking powder. Not baking soda, baking powder.
Yeah.
Add a mix in there. Y'all can try this with some greens, y'all. It'll soak up them juices just perfectly.
Mhm.
Try
Never
it.
made greens before. I'll leave my recipe below that I made in the Instant Pot, so you can try that. Now let's add in our liquid ingredients, our 2 eggs. No, I'm not going to beat them before I pour them in there. And let's add in our milk.
And remember to wash them nasty hands.
Now I do have my mixer out. You can hand do this if y'all want to, but
You can hand do
decided
it.
to get the mixer out.
Yeah, it's always
Hopefully I
better with
don't
the mixer.
splash it nowhere.
Came in pretty hot.
Didn't she though? My luck, it's been flour and cornmeal everywhere.
Good stuff on
Oh,
the
dude, that
side.
was my favorite thing as a kid, getting to lick the bowl. Dude.
And that should do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, then pour it in the pan, stick it in the oven, and wait for it to get
It's
done.
mixed very well,
It's about right.
and I believe it is. Now that our
There's the
batter
pan.
is all blended well, we're gonna toss in about a 1/4 cup
No,
Bacon.
of oil into our
No.
frying
it
pan.
has to be bacon
Enough to
grease.
coat the bottom.
Pour
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bacon grease in there.
Now, ladies and
You can eat
gentlemen,
bacon grease. It definitely makes it better.
what I normally do,
Doggone
I'm
right.
using a 1/3 cup. I normally base it with some olive oil spray, or you can use butter spray. That'll make the batter much easier to slide off of the cup, okay? So we don't want huge batches, about that size right there.
That's fried cornbread.
Pretty much.
That ain't hoe cake. That's
And
cornbread.
just like pancakes, we're going to let them bubble on top. Once they start bubbling on top, that's an indication that it's time to turn.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
I'll be right back as soon as
Well,
they start bubbling, so we can
grease.
flip them over and look at it. Now, when it looks like that, bubbly, that's the time to flip it over.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like any cake to me.
Let that one cook a little while longer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is our finished product of our hoe cakes. That's how they look. And you want to heat up your maple syrup, your honey butter. Make sure it's hot because it tastes much better. So
You
let's
made
bite
the
into
pancake.
this. I want you to see how it looks on the inside,
That's fried cornbread.
just like a pancake. And all we're gonna do is dip it in there. That's how we grew up, y'all. Y'all know me. I'ma dip it in there and just get a bite. Y'all
Dip
get a
it.
bite?
You drown the thing in there.
Damn right.
It's like double dipping the chip.
Y'all try these whole cakes.
I'm going to have to do a video on my version of hoe cake now.
Do it.
That's it. That's
I love
fried
to see it.
cornbread. I growed up that being called fried cornbread. And keep that bottle of grease or bacon grease beside of you, because that cornbread is going to eat that grease up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like cooking pancakes.
I don't use grease with pancakes.
I use a little something, either that or a little butter or something. In my mind, I think it's doing something.
Well, if you got a good cast iron frying pan, you don't need it.
I think it just, I don't know.
Now,
I think it's more mental.
Grace Johnson's telling me to do the video, and she's hollering at me.
Do it now.
Now, bring the video up of fried cornbread.
I did. Well, the fried cornbread is you have bacon grease in the pan. You get it real hot, and then you pour in the
Batter.
the batter and you put it in the oven. That's your cornbread. That's considered fried cornbread.
Where the hell are y'all learning how to cook? Fried cornbread is in a frying pan on top of the oven.
On top of the stove.
That's baked cornbread.
Yeah, it's baked, but they call it fried cornbread because it's
Oven fried.
Yeah.
You know, the thing, man. But I think that's cornbread or a homemade bread. I mean, that's pretty cheap to make or whip up. You know, usually have those ingredients lying around, hopefully.
Oven
Hold
fried
on,
cornbread
hold on,
is what
hold
it's called.
Ginger Ninja, I got all due respect for you now because she agreed with me. Thank you so much. I'm glad somebody is on my side.
It's 2 votes. 2 votes your way.
Yeah, but my show, my rules.
Hey,
And it depends how south you go, I
Yeah.
presume, because that's what they're saying. It differs from degree of southness. I don't know if that's
Degree of southness, and
Yeah,
you tell me
that's
I
what it
come up with
that's
some
what it
weird
read.
words.
That's
You don't know
the
what-
history
that's a thing.
of corn. Well, I started with the cornbread, and then it moved down, and they had hoe cakes, and then they had
Well, how do you
oven
make,
fried cornbread, and they
well-
said it goes back to the Indians made it.
well, then how do you make hush puppies?
That's cornmeal and stuff too.
Okay, at least we on the right track with that one.
Yeah.
If hoe cakes are made with flour, then what are pancakes?
Say it's a flour substitute.
It's a flapjack.
Could be. Depending
Uh,
on where you're from, how north or south you are.
Bushcraft. Don't say nothing. I'm on the roll here.
well,
Right
I
here.
was going to say my grandpa said there's a difference between pancakes and flapjacks,
See, here we go.
and his when
knew
he
it.
made flapjacks, it was the size of the skillet.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was about that thick, and that was a meal by itself.
Heck yeah.
Dude, the pancakes around here on a 10-inch plate, they hanging off the damn plate an inch and a half. And do not go in the restaurant where I live and order 2. You will not eat it.
Mm.
You can fold 1 and have 2.
Yeah. I love a good pancake too.
My
Yes,
grandpa
man,
would,
we are still alive. Lake, y'all be quiet. Don't say nothing. Don't say not one word. I'll put you in the back room. Lake, I want you to settle something.
she's up north. They don't have hoe cakes up
Oh,
there.
damn, that's right. Never mind. Forget it.
Yeah, I already know. You got maybe get TJ.
TJ's kind of hard to predict. She liable to swing with y'all on that one.
Or like if you go out west, you know, you get like different type of cornbread.
Okay,
It'll have other stuff in it.
She wants to know what the question is. What is a, hold on. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
What was the question?
I hadn't asked it yet. Gee,
What are
Okay.
hoe cakes made out of?
yes. What are hoe cakes made
She's
out
probably
of?
going to say, well, "What's her name?"
What's a hoe cake?
It'd be Betty Crocker. Oh, oh no. That was awful.
Pillsbury. We do.
Sorry, Betty.
Now, what answer is that? We do sweet tea up here.
Hey, there you go. That's 1 vote our way.
Okay, I'll give her that one. But I still won't know what her version of a hoe cake is. And she's probably looking it up on the internet.
Those are pancakes.
I'm gonna back room you in a minute.
I'm just repeating what she said.
Okay, then what are pancakes made out of?
Pancake mix.
Yeah. True story.
And we do crepes and buttermilk ones.
Okay, so what
Oh,
you get?
yeah, you're right. She's up north. Never mind that.
Crepes, Jiffy mix.
She's
Your
got
crepes are ready, sir.
right.
Never had a crepe.
I'm gonna do
Well,
a video.
I thought they were called craps.
Could be.
I ain't eating no crap.
Yeah, no crap. We ain't taking no crap.
Depending on who's making them, that name is suitable.
I like
go with
Ginger
that.
Ninjas. Hoe cake is what you get at the Waffle House at 3 a.m.
Who said that?
Oh man.
Ginger Ninja.
Yeah, that time of night at the Waffle House. Oh, ain't no telling what you might see. The best and the worst there is to offer.
And we called them lot lizards.
Yeah.
And now I want to know what's the difference between a corn fritter and a hoe cake now.
Oh, hell.
Oh man, that's a good question.
Yes.
Good
Because
question.
there are corn fritters, and they look just like what they just made on what, and it's
I
a
reckon
Native
one-
American thing too.
I reckon one's deep fried.
I think the corn fritters, that's got the corn in it, like kernels of corn.
Oh, maybe
Is it
Oh, yeah,
kernel
big
or
corn.
is it?
corn kernels. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you put like you put like a combination of whole kernel corn and like a little bit of cream corn in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
man.
done
Okay.
the nuggets. I've had the nuggets, but not the pancake looking thing.
You ever had corn casserole?
No.
Oh man, that's a treat. That's good right there.
Is that the where you mix it's basically mixed cornbread and
It's
and cream.
basically mixed cornbread, and you add like a whole kernel corn, sweet cream corn. You mix it
Yeah.
all up and bake it,
Yeah.
and that's a pretty cheap and easy side.
See, we even got Bush Kraft's cat hunger. He's begging for food.
Hey, what y'all talking about?
Okay, in the near future, I will do a video on my version of a hoe cake.
Well, what's in
It
your
will
hoe
be
cake?
the right version.
All right.
What's in your hoe cake?
Huh?
What's in your hoe cake?
Feet.
What you put on it? Toe jam?
Oh, yeah. You gotta, never mind. Shut up.
We gotta see this. I want to see the end result. It's gonna be it's gonna go viral.
That's
It's gonna be interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, they got all kinds of different versions of the cornbread and stuff on this,
Oh,
the history and stuff.
Y'all ever seen like an old grist mill?
grist mill?
Yeah, I think they got well, it was one when we used to go up to Mount Airy as a kid. We used to stop somewhere. It was in North Carolina, I believe, and they had one. And you could go in there and purchase stuff that they did there. Yeah, a grist mill where they grind up, the corn or the flour or whatnot.
Oh,
Okay, now I know what you're talking about. When I go to my son's house, if we take the right road, we can pass one. that they do that.
Yeah.
They still got the I want to say it's either the rock or the concrete wheels that they do theirs with.
They got the wheel. And the cake and all.
And they say the first version of this that came from Native Americans was fried on in hot animal lard, and
Buffalo.
the ingredients was cornmeal, hot water, and salt.
Okay.
And cooked onto cakes on hot rocks.
Now I've ate watered cornbread.
Yeah, hot water
And the
cornbread.
reason this is named this is because it was, and the rocks were actually the blade of a hoe, and that's where the name comes, hoe cake.
Huh.
Now I have seen people go to the river and pull out some flat rocks and heat them up and fry stuff on it. I've seen that.
I guess you'd have to know like what you were looking for, what type of rock.
Yeah.
Ain't they black?
Yes, sir. Yeah, like a black rock or something like that.
Make sure it can withstand the heat.
Yeah.
The blade of a hoe.
So in other words, why don't you just go to the hardware store, buy you a hoe and garden tool?
That's against the law, Jeff.
Yeah.
Only
Can't be
if
doing
it's
that.
law.
I think that's only illegal in outside of Vegas.
Yeah.
Like I said, only if you get caught.
Yeah. Happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas.
You want to bet? Not always. Sometimes they'll follow you home.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I've been one time. It was a pretty interesting trip. I was there about a week. Imagine it's changed a lot since then.
What, Mount Airy?
Well, hell, that and Vegas.
Oh,
Oh,
never been to Vegas.
I loved Vegas when I lived there.
I would end up going to Vegas married and come back divorced.
Shoot, you can get married in whatever style you want out there. They got so many little chapels and stuff.
Well, they have it where you drive up and you don't even get out the vehicle. There's drive up window, get married.
Yeah, you want a number 2 marriage to go. Oh man.
They probably got it.
We used to go down the strip and you'd see a line because it was an all white building, had to drive through, and they would do the marriage. All you had to have is the license, and boom, you're married right then and there. And
I wonder how that became a thing. People would say, let's run off to Vegas and get married, you know? How did that even become a thing?
And they got the one, and right down the road from that is where getting married with Elvis would marry you.
Yeah.
Not the real Elvis, but
yeah.
Oh, speaking of Elvis, did you see they think Elvis is alive?
Really?
Somebody, and you could hear him sing and everything, and it sounds just like him. And they're holding comparisons up against his face and everything. He's an old man, and he's still alive, evidently.
He would be 88 years old, they say.
Yeah, and he's sitting down on a piano and singing not one of Elvis's songs, but another song, and it sounds just like it. It's all over TikTok right now.
Huh.
Can't say it wouldn't surprise me.
Where's the real Elvis?
That's what they wondering.
That's what I'm wondering.
That's I seen this Willie Nelson look-alike one time, and man, you
I
had to
don't
look real close to see that this guy wasn't really Willie Nelson.
The best Elvis impersonator I have ever seen was that guy that played on Taxi, whatever his name was. He done one, and I've got to admit that was the best one I have ever saw. Even Elvis shook his hand and said that that was the best that he had ever saw. Also,
Yeah, my Elvis got up and sung with my dad. They were both singing the same song, which was wicked.
I like what the songs I really liked that Elvis sung was the gospel.
Yeah, which was his favorite.
Really,
Yeah.
Definitely had one hell of a career.
yeah, he did. But now, what I have heard is the only way he could go shopping was he'd have to wait until the store closed and then go in there and shop like that. But he would have to like rent that whole store the whole time he was in there. Or if he really wanted to take his family out to eat, he would have to do the same thing at a restaurant. Now, he couldn't be seen in public because he would get mobbed.
Oh, he had
social
the
media.
security.
Now, did his daughter?
Yeah.
Now, you heard his daughter passed, correct?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What was about a month ago? So I want to say.
So about a couple of months ago.
It's been a few months. I think it's like February or something.
Okay.
Dang, January the 12th. Dang, I didn't know that. Yeah, Lisa Marie Presley.
Yeah.
She had a daughter, didn't she? Or she's got a daughter?
Yeah, she had a daughter.
Trust me, she knows about these things. I don't argue with her in this category because she's like, I'll prove your ass wrong in a heartbeat.
This would have been about 92, maybe 93. I went to Graceland, did the whole tour, and went and seen the.
Wait a minute. Back up and say that again.
Went and seen the whole tour.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was a glitch in the matrix. Here we say tour. We don't say tour. It sounds like Medea talking.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
And there was a restaurant or a little diner, like next to where they kept some of the motorcycles and things that he had. And I sitting down and talking to his Elvis's uncle, and for a good while, probably an hour or two, just sitting down there and talking to him. And one of the nicest guys. And I said, and asked him about, what do you think about all this, and he says, Elvis would have been, turning over in his grave. People trampling through his house and whatnot. he wouldn't like that.
I did not know Lisa had a son, Benjamin. Be truthful about it, I didn't know she had any youngins.
Yes.
Who?
Marie.
Yeah, she has one. It was either 2 or 3. I can't remember.
Yeah,
That
come
was his.
on. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, please. It helps us out.
Tina Turner.
Because you remember when
Yeah.
she was with Michael Jackson, she
Yeah.
had the baby with her at that time.
Oh hell, that was so damn far back ago.
Huh.
I just remember her being married to Michael.
Yeah, but
But
she had the baby with her then.
But that marriage didn't last long.
That was kind of weird. Like her father was like the king of rock and roll, and Michael Jackson was the king of pop. It was
Yeah.
kind of like a weird arrangement, I guess, in a way. But I don't know.
Yeah, Life with Bobby says I think she had 4.
Who?
Lisa Marie. Yeah.
Something. I think.
Yeah, one of them looked just like Elvis, I believe, if I remember right. It might have been the one that committed suicide.
Y'all sat right there in chat and made me forget to take my medicine at 9 o'clock.
Did you remember?
Passed away, and her daughter passed away, same way Tina Turner did.
I'll be back in a minute. I gotta get a refill on tea. I cannot take pill without something to drink.
Yeah, I don't know. What was his kid? What was Michael Jackson's kids' names? Blanket, and they were different.
There was a bunch. His real kids or the.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a weird. I don't know.
Riley, Harper, Finley, Benjamin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jeff set an alarm on his phone probably wouldn't go well. He'd probably set it the wrong time and get woke up by it, and he'd end up throwing it across the room. Shut up, you damn phone!
It wouldn't work. I sleep on one end of the house and the phone on the other end. So you can call me on my cell phone all you want. I ain't gonna hear shit.
Y'all remember the character Foghorn Leghorn?
Yeah, the rooster.
He premiered today in 1946 on a skit called Walkie Talkie Hawkie.
What?
Walkie talkie hawkie.
Yep.
I'm almost scared to ask what type of skit that was. Well, now I saw a meme that where Mickey Mouse finally died because of Disney.
Yeah, if it wasn't for a few, and this is Star Wars, a few things, and Disney would be hurting really bad right now. They probably already hurting, but that's the only thing keeping them afloat was the Star Wars shows.
Yeah, Star Wars has made so much money. It's crazy.
Yeah, it has.
The movies, the shows, the merchandise. I mean, you ain't never watched Star Wars, you know what the Darth Vader mask is. Most people, even if you never seen the movie.
Jerry Lee, you right. Foghorn Leghorn was a badass rooster. He's the only rooster I ever seen pick a dog up by the tail and spank his ass with a board.
I say now, boy. Where they even come up with that stuff?
You know, half the people that do the word for that has got to be messed up when they do that stuff.
The word? What?
I said has got to be. I didn't say they were.
No, you said the word. What word did you say?
I didn't say word. I said
Wordy dirt.
messed up.
Yeah, I got the messed up part, but you said the
Go
ones that,
back and hit rewind a few seconds.
Imagine what they were thinking when they created Pepe Le Pew.
Oh my
Remember
God.
him?
Silent but deadly.
Oh, that was crazy.
And the porcupine was open carry.
Yeah, you don't want to tangle with those.
You do know how to pick up a porcupine, don't you?
Uh-uh.
With a shovel.
Makes sense.
Because they ain't gonna let you pick them up underneath their belly. They'll roll over first.
I
roll
don't
up in
think
the
we have
dog.
none around here. I've never seen any.
I think you're right.
Man, you're in.
But by God, we got
Tasmanian
to
devil.
Oh, yeah, y'all got the skunks. We got a lot of armadillos and raccoons and possums down here.
man, we got possums that are about as big as bushcraft cats around here.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, they're
think
getting bigger.
every state has possums and raccoons.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty neutral animal.
I don't know. Do you think are there any raccoons and possums in Alaska?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
If they are, then we got polar bears here in North Carolina.
You find out from your neighbor.
Hey, yeah, I could,
Because they're
couldn't
from
I?
Alaska.
Yeah, they are from Alaska.
They came
You
from
know.
Alaska.
I'll ask them next time I see them. Hey,
Have y'all ever heard of a raccoon dog?
A coon dog?
No, it's a raccoon dog.
No.
Well, there's none of them around here. They're in East Asia, but I was looking up raccoon and then it popped up raccoon dog. I've never heard of one.
Neither have I.
It looks like how it sounds too, a raccoon dog.
Yeah, I thought you meant a coon dog.
This is like the biggest raccoon you've ever seen with like a dog body.
Coon dog.
Man.
Ginger Ninja says in Alaska they're just called junkies.
Oh man.
Lord have mercy. Hey, Bushcraft, did one of them go live by chance tonight?
Well, he didn't say anything. Usually he would say, I'm going live tonight.
Yeah.
I know it's Friday night. He says he's going live.
Nope.
Okay. He's probably resting up for tomorrow night because you know we're going to give him hell tomorrow.
I haven't even looked at YouTube much today.
I've not been home long enough to look at it that much today.
And I did make that video today too.
Which one?
Preserving seeds.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I'll check it out sometime tomorrow. The hell, I've said that many times and ain't done it yet.
It says you don't really see possums in colder areas. You're more than likely to see a raccoon.
Damn. Well,
I don't see any raccoons around here. I see possums.
I'll send y'all some. Don't worry.
no.
Nah, we don't
I'll
need
tell you
that.
what, you send us raccoons, we'll send you skunks.
Hopefully they can both get intercepted.
Can
Oh man.
you imagine the mailman or
The carrier.
the post office holding them things overnight?
Dude, I remember the first time I smelled a skunk. We was going somewhere up in North Carolina, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is that smell?" My mom's like, "That's a skunk," and I'm thinking, "Man, that's rough."
They stink.
You was in the northern part of North Carolina. That I guarantee.
That's just cologne.
Man, yeah,
Yeah, hey,
I
wait,
remember that.
don't make fun of my cologne now. I got them around the house because every once in a while you can step out on the porch and smell one.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't got them here. We got enough to contend with.
Ginger Ninja, Gungy, or a skunk.
Skunkweed.
Yeah, okay. They are two different smells. That I know for a fact.
Oof, thank
I
goodness.
smelled both of them, and I have toted one of them. See, even the cat got in on that one.
Come on. What?
That one was getting.
Oh, do we have a kitty? It is me, Pepe Le Pew.
Here. Say hi. Right there in the mic. There you go.
Meow, 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 meow.
Hey, it worked. It worked.
There you go.
That's pretty cool. Usually I don't see like an all white cat.
So, bushcraft, how many animals do you have sleeping with you when you go to bed?
At least 4.
At least 4.
Yeah. Mainly him. He's always right there. He's the oldest cat.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So he's the king of the roost.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he rules the house.
There you go. All right. I know it's 10 after. We ain't gone no 4.5 hours tonight. I don't think we're going to go 4.5 hours tonight. So therefore, have you got anything happening tomorrow, bushcraft?
I don't know. I've had a lot of people asking me to do the trivia thing, so I'll have to see what I can come up with. See about doing another trivia thing.
If you do it, I'll be there.
Yeah, or I'll do
If not, I'll be somewhere.
you know, the one where you pick which one.
Yeah, the psychological exam.
Yeah, would
Yeah,
you
that was a good
rather?
one.
Would you rather? I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah. Which some of them are really tricky.
Well, folks, I know we didn't do the depression cooking.
Well, we talked about it.
Yeah, but what, about 3 sentences, 3 paragraphs?
No, we had a lot of food that we said that was it that came from the depression.
Okay. All right. So therefore, and you will be going live Monday also at 8:00.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, folks. I'm going to call it quits for the night. This running around for an old man done got me wore out. All right, y'all be good, and we will catch y'all on the flip side. Bear Truth out. Adios.
And we're waiting for that hoe cake recipe.
Dreams are today's answers for tomorrow's questions.
You know, some prayers can be answered. And we'll see about this one. I got to see how much flour I got first.
I
All
like to think so.
right. Out.
Adios, mi